everything out from there, and that actually made me feel a
Fuck.
lot better. I get dreams about like being late to work or like
Can't smoke
or
in
like
here.
getting fired. It's been in circulation for a while actually, because I've seen on TikToks a lot, and I've always had the concept of this, but this has been a really hard thing to talk about because anything that's like negative towards women, because it's just already got so much. We already got so much.
My back hurts, and I'm gonna paint another worthless painting. So
and we do not need more. But I don't think this is a beatdown. I'm not Andrew Tate or Andrew Cena, whatever, what his name is. He got banned in Brisbane just the other night. Thank you. I wanted just to go down to Fortitude Valley, just to have a look at things. I don't want to be harassed.
Painting.
You're gonna place on the rest of your life to that.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like Chapel Roan literally got banned from I don't know a whole country the other day for a guy not being able to act right in the name of Chapel Roan. And it wasn't even in the name of Chapel Roan because he wasn't even part of the thing. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about loser girls. And I've been seeing this a lot on TikTok recently about the idea of women slowly having an idea that there are some loser women out there. There's a lot of negative energy that I see in the discourse.
Killing himself.
There's a lot of fighting back online about how women are not being girls. I think the term loser girl has kind of got lost in the mainframe. It kind of got lost in the mainframe, and everyone's kind of like scattered in the idea of what it means. Essentially, what is going on TikTok that I've seen recently, essentially a loser girl is someone that doesn't go outside, that doesn't have a life, that's very male-centered. A lot of the times when you hear about a loser girl, and you have a conversation with them about the sky, somehow it just turns into a conversation about the guy that she's seeing at that moment in time, or she doesn't have any hobbies, she doesn't really have any friends. She's kind of living her life with no meaning or no purpose, but doom scrolling in bed, rotting away. Girl, same. I live by that life. If you ever bring up like a subject and be like, oh, so what do you do for fun, or what do you do for your hobbies, they often just kind of like stay silent and say that they just kind of doom scroll, or they don't really have a hobby. They can't really think of anything when it comes to mind. Like they think, oh yeah, hanging out with my boyfriend, yeah, that's what I do in my free time. Essentially, a loser girl is someone that doesn't have any friends, someone who is very purposeless in their life, normally don't have any hobbies. They normally move around in their life quite meaningless because often if they don't have someone that is kind of they can surround themselves and obsess over, can often get so scared in themselves. You always see this loser girl jumping from boyfriend to boyfriend or girlfriend to girlfriend or person to person, and they can't really ever stay single for a given amount of time. A loser girl often, if not all the time, surround themselves with like a relationship that they center around like the sun. They circle around them, they put their time and all their plans around them, and then often enough they wait around as if it's like, I don't know, Woody from Toy Story waiting for Andy to pick him up, like pick me.
Oh shit, I'm back in the group chat. What's up, motherfuckers? Look at that bitch, hey?
It often ends in a lot of emotional dysregulation and a lot of priority of emotions being regulated by the guy or the girl that they're in a relationship with. But this is often a woman experience, I think, and I'm gonna go into it a bit more deeper into that one a bit more. You can see whenever they get into like relationships online, they get into like they start getting married online. You can see a lot of the times these loser women, they go online and they complain about their husband and their morality, and then people in the comment section usually like, oh yeah, you should probably break up with your boyfriend.
Point of life.
In response, normally the defends the man to the very ends of the earth. A lot of the time, if they do have a relationship, they consume themselves with that relationship. They're also just not very disciplined. I see online people say that often loser girl behaviors are someone that is not disciplined in what they say, and that's why that comes back to the TikTok.
I don't owe you guys any explanation. That was just a 10-second clip. You guys do not know my life.
Oh, Martha, you should have left Roger 10 decades ago, because now you're miserable. And in debt. And it doesn't just relate just to relationships.
Oh, and I forgot.
It
By
relates
black
to
paint.
friendships
Fuck.
too. Loser girl behavior deemed in the TikTok's eyes from a little bit of research that I did, kind of indicates almost like a bad
Such
friend, but
a
like
worthless
to a
artist.
point where it's like very one-sided. It's a lot of jealousy, a lot of comparison. Often the loser girls that are described are comparing themselves a lot to their friends, and they're competing with their friends. They find friendship as not something that is a growing thing, like something that can be beautiful and fun and prosperous, and it's not, it will never be on that same line as a relationship. Their friendships are here. The relationships with any partner is all the way up here. They will never cross or divide. No matter how strong that friendship is, it's always going to stay at that level. And in doing that, it's kind of subhuman, and they treat them with jealousy as if they're in competition, as if they're not doing something right with their life. Because the state they are in is insecurity, and it is fear, and it is a lot of emotion that rides on it, because they don't even know who they are. The times they're in competition so much that if someone, one of their friends succeeds in something and they post about it, or they talk about it, they often overlook it, dismiss it. They kind of like, they're like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. Oh, they don't like the post. They don't do any of the things that would like boost you. They don't clap for you. They just kind of just go, they try to move along from it, or they try to discourage you and be like, oh, well, I did this, so. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, because you are expecting your friend to be supporting and loving of you, and in secret they are in competition to you because of the things that are happening within themselves that they can't even address, or they can't even conceptualize that you are doing something because you like it for yourself. They conceptualize it because they're like, oh, they're doing this to spite me. They're doing this to hurt me. And that's just crazy. Also, it's to ride off that, if you do something successful, or if you're talking about something that's happening in your life with this loser girl, often enough they incite a lot of doubt, or they try to push you into the opposite direction. I can actually think of a point in my life when that happened. I remember I had two friends that I was talking about shaving my hair to, and I didn't regret shaving my hair, because I did end up doing it. But one of them was very like, oh yeah, just think about it through. You know, like, I think it would look good on you, but like, also, I like your hair like this, and like, you just have to think about it. And the other girl who was exhibiting loser behavior, she was like, yeah,
This is what
do
I
it.
painted, and then I'm gonna paint
do it now.
a alien, and he's gonna put a gun in his head.
And
He's
I
gonna
later
blow
found
his
out,
brains
like,
out.
This woman did not like me at all, in the slightest. She just wanted to see me out of the friend zone, out of the friends circle.
Got some
So
Newports.
a lot of loser behavior
Newports.
can be like looked through, thought through, and identified with. Another contributing factor is wasting time. They like doing things that is in like a holding stage, like a waiting stage for the other person in their life that they resolve everything around. Because if they kind of compromise themselves, because they're like, well, they're my purpose, so I don't really need to exist outside this vacuum, and I only have fun with this person. But essentially, the loser girl boils
Can't
down
stop
to
smoking.
being centered around men. A lot of this is really negative, and when you hear loser girl, it's a very negative connotation. And I kind of want to bring into a fact that there's a lot of cultural aspects over the years that kind of had this coming for a long time now. I mean, as a culture, we've always been much harsher on women than we are on men, and that's just a fact. I know some people are gonna hear that and think like, oh, you know, but I'm not a man hater. Because like, even when growing up, like a lot of the times when girls are in school or boys are in schools, boys are kind of told, oh yeah, think about your career, think about what you want to do in your life, think about this and that, as their purpose. And then for women, we've kind of been guided for a while that Our purpose is to find a relationship. Our purpose is to engage
I have to
into
work.
A relationship
I don't
that
want
we
to
can
work, and
foster
I work
and
in July 4th.
nurture and become a mother. We kind of never been compelled enough or like motivated only until the last 30 years. Now that we see a lot more media now with women doing more and like choosing more, but growing up, I was surrounded by romantic movies. I was surrounded by rom-coms. I was surrounded by media in the saying that all I need was a guy. All I need is to find the one. And now, a lot of the times, if you're not doing well on the internet, and you're always being perceived on the internet by your friends, family, anything in between, even your work friends. I once had a job, and they said they found my TikTok, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know about your small little YouTube channel." Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. We are often, growing up, we have already been shown a lot of unhealthy dynamics and relationships on TV, and a lot of the time now, I mean, like, everyone has a phone. I'm not gonna go on another phone tangent. You can press the thing here, look at that video. It's fun, it's quirky, it's a little entertaining. But yeah, now that everyone has a phone, everyone is majority on the time online, and so a lot of people often love to distract themselves, and they've got an addiction to their phone. So we've become addicted to distractions such as movies, such as anything in between. And movies are easy to switch on. So of course, we, at an impressionable age, we're looking at these dynamics on TV, and we are kind of like getting immersed into them and how intense they are because of the intense emotions around them. And then we're also being told in the same breath, this is what you need.
Shut up, bitch!
Maybe not that exactly, but like, this is what you need. You need your love. And if you don't have this, you're failing. And a lot of times online, if you see like a breakup online, like if you see a girl like remove like a bunch of photos from her boyfriend on her page, you think, oh my god, they're breaking up. And a lot of the time after a breakup, or if a woman is like not dating anyone at that point in
pictures
time,
of my ex.
and like they're just chilling, it's kind of seen as like a
She
negative
cheated on
thing.
me, I
Like,
think.
in a way, it's kind of like
Yeah, she left me for
frowned
somebody
upon,
else.
and it's kind of as if you flopped.
I'm
Like,
here
you
all
are
miserable
flopping
and shit.
because you don't have a guy, and you don't have someone waiting on your hand and foot, and you don't have someone that is like an evidence of you are attractive and you are wanted. You know, you are this slut that is walking around the world and people are attracted to you, but you aren't like staying true to that person. So
My back
that person
hurts.
is not also kind of disrespecting you. We've been taught this, and
Alright, so my
I'm
paint
so
dried.
sick of being overtly compassionate to everyone, and the one person, the one gender that you're supposed to be compassionate to is you just are on the wrong side of the internet, and you are divulging into male idealists ideas. I understand that pushback, and I understand that anger, because why do I have to be considerate of everyone all the time when you're supposed to be considerate as a woman, and not trying to be overtly male-centered? And why can't you just be a good friend to me? So I can understand that part of us having to be prima donnas and perfect women to other women that are also damaging this idea of us all being compassionate, because they're literally feeding into things that are hurting other women with these pick-me behaviors. So I understand the anger too. I'm not trying to just go on a tangent about compassion and love and everything. Like, we are complex human beings. I'm just saying that in the introspective of knowing that how insecure they are, and knowing that they probably don't have the complexity in that context yet, we as women that are already got some education under our belt should be compassionate, because we have to understand the cultural and the other silent indicators that onset these behaviors for other women. But again, it's within your right to limit and restrict people access to you. That will never change, and you just don't want to change, and that's fine. I just think we should be more compassionate when we disengage, or we should even try to educate and compassion with that other.
And this leads into my other point.
I think it boils down to not having a meaning or a purpose. And a lot of the time, within myself, I coming from experience again, I've used to make my whole meaning and my whole purpose about a man. And I still kind of fall back into those patterns sometimes when I'm feeling like the romantic tingle, and I long for a relationship sometimes. It's really easy to make your purpose a man when everything perpetuates into your life that a man is what you need, or like it's the only thing that you should dream of. It's like almost like a fated tragedy, because it's something that you stop yourself from exploring yourself, and you stop feeling discomfort from it. You stop feeling the pain of growing. You stop feeling a more of a deeper understanding for yourself, because now your time isn't consumed of this person. It's consumed of you, and you confronting things that you want to do in your life, and confronting things that you don't like within yourself, and fixing insecurity, and developing a personality, and developing a purpose, and developing your own niche interest and or hobby. And that's developing yourself. That's developing a personhood. And that's all kind of taken away when you're in a relationship. Relationships are the best when they both are fully formed people that have their own self, and they have their own intuitive boundaries and things that they do in their free time, because it's supposed to add to it. It's supposed to add, but it's really easy because we are pushed into this narrative that we got to be nurturing. We gotta form the man of our dreams. We gotta build them up and teach them not to do terrible things to people, and teach them not to say that word, and teach them to fucking do everything. And we have to be more supporting and more patient, because they don't know any best. That's literally a mother role.
Don't you ever raise your voice at me. I am your mother.
Like, it's literally a nurturing role, because you have been pushed to that. And also in yourself, we feel so much compassion, that we feel compassion for men, and how people grow. And I feel like that is most women that feel that way. And I'm not saying men are not compassionate and stuff. I'm saying women are more aware of it. I'm saying I've seen like this video of this like those really weird experiments where they're like, woman is walking down the street and like a man is harassing her, and then the guys like it like shows the public reacting. And I saw one where it was like the guys weren't doing anything, and most of the time after that it was like women stepping in and trying to stop it, women stepping in and doing that. Like, I'm not saying men are terrible and they have no compassion. They have compassion, but women are more self-aware on how to act that compassion, and know what their direction is in that and how to display it. We see that, we have compassion, and then we allow this to be your life. And it's easy to do that. It's so easy to like let someone take over your life, because then you don't have to look into yourself. You don't have to think of what your morals are, your personality, or like anything in between. You can just be comfortable with this person and think about how you can serve this person for the rest of your life, because you don't have to develop a purpose. This person is your purpose. I want to just say, from experience and also from a lot of like research and therapy and a lot of DBT therapy too, it really isn't that. And it's also really diminishing to push yourself down to that level of being like, I don't belong to anything, and I don't deserve anything. I don't deserve to have a personality. I don't deserve to have my individual self, because this person is enough for me, and that's all I deserve. So I think as a collective community, as women, we should have compassion for the loser girls, and we should have compassion for all the other niche things that were presented into media. Women that go into and have kids right after high school, or have kids,
there's an alien killing
they
himself.
stay in the house and they think that's what they want, but they realize they don't really want that. And they get pushed onto those roles through their families. Women that love their femininity, women that don't love their femininity,